Hi guys, Activator Doc here. So today I have Marcy, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taping up an elbow. Now we're specifically going to be taping for tennis elbow and in her areas of pain. Now she gets pain along the outside where it classically is, and also up into her tricep and bicep. So just like always, you're going to measure your tape. Now the first tape I want you to measure is going to be the long piece. You're going to come down at the very bottom of the wrist, and you're going to measure all the way up, spiraling around and hitting just up into what we call the epicondyle. And so at that point, that little knotty part at the top, at that point is how long we want that. Now if you're going to do two, you can just cut that in half and copy that one. The second piece we're going to do is we're going to come down and up into the tricep and biceps. You're going to come down just below and measure up this direction. Now, like always, you want to curve these edges. So when you're at home, you can either take both and do it at the same time, or we're just going to do the one piece. When you curve these edges, make sure that you start a little bit farther down. The purpose of this is so that way it doesn't snag on your clothes, or, it's an elbow, so snag on the door when you hit it, things of that sort. You're going to do that on both pieces. Good. All right, I'm going to start with the spiral piece. So what you're going to do is to tear this. Now, one of the things that I wanted to mention was Marcy is very sensitive to the adhesive. Because she's sensitive to the adhesive, we're going to use our RX, which is a little lighter and not as sticky, so that way it doesn't react with her skin like the normal rock tape does. So you're going to start at the bottom where we measured, and we're going to come up. In order to tear it, you're going to take a good chunk. Usually you want about an inch or so, sometimes a little more. And you're just going to tear it right down the center. Try not to tear it like this. It ends up not working out well for you and just takes a lot longer. When you tear it straight down, as if you're just pulling the two apart, it'll completely come off. Take the end off. Like always, you never want stretch on the very end of the tape. And you're just going to lay it there. Now rock tape, even with this adhesive, still loves heat, so give it a good rub. You're going to take off just a little bit so that way you have some room to work with. And you're going to apply about a 30% tension. So if this is 100%, we want to make sure it's about 30. Not 1, not 2, not 0, and not 50. Just a little bit of a tension. And you can actually see a little bit of the rippling of the tape as well. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to come up and around. Now with the elbow, just like with knees, you want to stay away from sensitive parts of the skin. For her, we want to stay away from the inside of this arm. This is a very sensitive skin. It's very thin, so you don't really want to spend a lot of time and tape there. Plus it's where we tend to bend at the elbow, and that can get irritated. So we're going to come up, we're going to go right over that epicondyle, spiraling back. At the very end, we stop and we just let the tape lay, so that way we have no tension at the very ends. If you apply too much tension at the ends, your tape will just come off a lot quicker. So get a good rub. Like I've said in other videos, you can use the back of the tape to apply that friction. Now one of the things you don't want to do with this tape is you don't want to take it off when you've been wet, in a shower, or sweating, anything that creates your body a lot of heat. And the reason being is because if this tape likes heat and it makes the adhesive a lot stickier, when you take it off, you're going to find you're going to get a lot of red bumps. Sometimes the tape will even stay to your skin, and you just have a lot of scrubbing to do. So for the next part, we're going to have her bend the elbow, and we're going to come and tape from here to here, just like we measured. So you're going to come just below the elbow, tearing at that, so that way, remember, no tension at the very end. Apply a little bit of heat so we have a good start. Pull off a little so that we have some room to work with. And then apply a 30% tension. You're gonna come up and at the very end, stop and just lay it down. That way, you don't provide any tension to the very ends and it'll stay longer. One of the things that you guys should know is if there's any puckering in your tape, we did not do that today, but if there was any puckering, you can lift it and reapply, but once you place this last piece, you cannot lift it and you have to get a new piece. So if you find anything, try to do it before you lay it down. All right, how does that feel? Good? So what it's going to do is it's going to allow her to have a natural anatomical position in the way that we spiraled this. If you guys want to know more about functional movement taping, you can check out our links on YouTube, Activator Doc, Rock Tape, or online at thebenchiropractor.com, and we explain a lot more things, not just the elbow, but knee, ankle, low back, and such. Thank you very much, and we'll hit you up next time.